Dalton Swett here, and I am in Athens, Greece, early in the morning. Because if you're in Athens, Greece, there's one site that is a must-see, and that is the famous Acropolis, right on the mountain overlooking the whole city. Now, it's pretty early in the morning. The sun is just come up here as I'm approaching the entrance, and I'm going so early in the morning for two reasons. First and foremost, everything I've read says the best time to go to the Acropolis is either first thing in the morning when they open up, or right at the end of the day before they close. The reason for that is obviously the crowds. So it's better to go at the beginning, there won't be as many people. The other reason I'm going so early is because I'm a descendant of Irish vampires, which means I get sunburned very easily. So I'm hoping to go now, before the sun comes out, reaches its highest point, and tries to kill me. So let's go check it out and cross our fingers. We hope we don't get sunburned. Yay! So of course the sight to behold here at the top of the Acropolis is of course the famous Parthenon, which is the temple to the goddess Athena. It was built in the 400s BC, and it took actually 9 years to make. But the crazy thing about that is 9 years is pretty quick when you consider this was all built by hand, no machinery whatsoever. And it stood here all the way from 432 BC all the way up to the late 1600s AD during the Venetian-Ottoman War, where the Ottomans, who were of course controlling Athens at the time, were using it to store a bunch of gunpowder and things like that, and the Venetians hit it with a mortar right on the roof, which is why the roof is mostly destroyed. When the mortar struck, it ended up setting off all the gunpowder inside, and then blew it all to smithereens. Even after the war, the temple remained for quite some time until a gentleman from England came along, Lord of Elgin, who is a man who's not thought of very favorably here in Greece. It's debatable as to whether or not he was given permission or not to take a bunch of the stones from the Parthenon in the general Acropolis area. The general belief was that, well, he was told, yeah, I take some stones. He took that to mean literally anything, and so he took a lot of the big statues, a lot of the main stones, and he basically sacked the Parthenon. So there's only really one word to describe him. So behind me here is yet another temple. This is actually a temple for two gods. First is of course for Poseidon, the god of the sea, and it's also a combination temple for Athena. I guess because the Parthenon wasn't enough for the people of Athens, because obviously the Athenians get the name of the city from Athena. So they said, well, okay, you can put up a temple to Poseidon, but he's got to share it with Athena. I guess. That's how I think the conversation probably went. And these stones here are the remains of the old temple to Athena, which was built in 500 BC and then got destroyed in, I believe it was 480 BC. Obviously you can see right here was razed to the ground when Athens was attacked. There ain't a whole lot left of it. But of course, as we know, the Athenians love Athena, and they said, well, screw you, we're gonna rebuild it, we're gonna make it bigger. And that's how we got the Parthenon. And And just over here is the Herodes Atticus, which is a massive theater. Out of everything here on the Acropolis and Acropolis Hills, it's the newest item that you'll find here. Unlike the others, this one was built in 61 AD, so in the more common era. It is a theater. It was a theater that was built by a wealthy Athenian, done in tribute to his late wife. It's massive. In fact, they still do occasionally use the theater, as you'll notice here on the film that I caught. There is clearly a setup of some kind, whereas I don't know if it's a musical show or a play or something like that, but they're clearly prepared and using it. Hey, if it works, why not? There are a lot of headless people. And this is, of course, the Theater of Dionysus. Although I suppose you could also feasibly call it the Temple of Dionysus, as theaters were considered temples to the god Dionysus, as he was the god of theater and wine. Basically, he was the fun party time god. I mean, he was also a god of madness, and there was that whole thing of how he had a cult who famously ripped apart Orpheus, but, you know, fun times still. Just don't make him mad. Dionysus was essentially the god of chill, who at the same time had no chill. Obviously, stone seats. I wonder if the Athenians brought their own cushions for a place like this, or if they just all had really strong tailbones. There are clearly some better put together seats up front. I'm assuming those probably were for the more wealthy individuals who came and watched the plays here. So that's it for this video. If you like it, leave a comment, leave a like. There's gonna be more videos coming from Greece real soon, particularly some, of course, food videos. So look forward to those. I gotta get out of here because the crowd is already starting to get big here. And I've only been here for about an hour. Yeah, definitely get here early. So I'll see you in the next video.